And you're just gonna be there for like 3 hours just hunting.
Shit.
Hunting wolves, hunting fucking snow yetis and everything and stuff like that, whatever the fuck they call them, and everything. And then it's gonna be fun. You're just gonna hunting, bro. That's all you're gonna be doing.
Or you be killing giants.
Yeah, or killing goddamn giants. Careful which mountain you go to, because you go to the top, there's an ice dragon. You need to be careful, man. Lydia died, man.
Go kill the fuck out of
You need to be careful, man. Lydia died.
Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Knights of the Awkward Table. This is now, what is it, episode 8? 8, good. Episode 8 of Knights of the Awkward Table. And today we have a little bit more of a smaller cast. It's just going to be me and Leek today and stuff. Tron and Frenchie ain't going to be here. As well as, we're working on, kind of a different set. We kind of want something a little bit more homey. A little bit, more of a intimate conversational setting, and what's better than having a conversation in the living room? So, change locations, get a different feel. And, as I said, just me and Leek here today. So, how the fuck have we been, man?
Man, I've been good.
Good.
How about you? Newly 25. A lot of people like to remind you.
That boy, man.
Welcome to the old man club.
Yeah, welcome to the old man club. That boy birthday hit, and it was like, God damn.
Newly 25.
And it's funny, too, because, who was I forgot how it was, because you didn't even tell me it was his birthday, so you an asshole for that. But I think I was fucking scrolling or some shit, and I don't think it was trying to have put something up on Instagram or whatever. And I was like, oh, it's that boy birthday. Let me go hit him up with so but no, how was that though? Yeah,
it was good.
What you do?
Had a party.
Hey, that's the way to fucking do it.
Don't remember. I remember most of it. Yeah.
That's what's up. God, since we had to take a week off and everything, I hit the interview with White Box PC, their CEO and founder. Go watch that shit. Francis is a great fucking guy just to speak to. Me and him have just had we've had one too many conversations and everything. That one, a business owner and a client, just it's just weird of a business owner to be talking to the client and everything about stuff like that, but we actually grew a friendship, so that's why things just turn out the way that they do. Great conversationalist, and it was amazing just to hear his story from the fucking start of it all, which is why I started the whole interview. It was like, yo, how the fuck did you start? First time you ever laid fingers on a PC. And he got into it, talked about where he is, where it's going, the fucking dips in his personal life, which, by the way, I tried to keep that shit out, but he was like, yo, listen, I don't really give a fuck, we'll talk about it. So, we touched on it for a little bit, but it was great. It was great. Fucking love talking to Francis. He's great. So in the beginning of that video, our amazing and esteemed cameraman and editor, comment down. But he went ahead and he dropped a quick introduction video of himself, but also just regrouping everything and just letting everybody know where things are and where we all stand. So it was great to just kind of see that and shit. But yeah, so go watch the interview. Zay went ahead and he gave his piece of one introduction to who he is, what he does, what we've spoken about behind the scenes, and also what we are choosing to do moving forward. So, go ahead and watch that. Give it a thumbs up. And before we get into the podcast, I hate that I had to fucking become this guy, but give the video a like. Thumbs it up. Share, comment, subscribe, and just do what you can to help support us, and we'll just continue. When we see the love, we show the love. So, yeah, support and we support. So, without further ado, I guess we'll jump into the episode of today. Now, we don't have movie news or sports news today, so we're just going to be having our video games and segueing into our world news. But before we get that and stuff, I guess we'll jump into what the fuck have we been watching, since we don't have our movie news or TV shows and shit like that. What are we getting into?
What have I been watching? Well, this is the first year I'm doing this. I started this new thing. Now, every year for the month of May, I'm allowed to watch One Piece. So this is my One Piece month now. Because...
the heavy exhale, brother,
right
from behind the camera.
Because I read it, so I'm so far ahead in the story. And it's like, I don't like watching it week to week. Because it's like, it's painstaking watching it week to week. So I wait the whole year, catch up on it. And then, because the manga is so much farther than the anime, so I just catch up on the anime.
Yes.
It's like rewatching what I read already. So
They like just passed 1,000 chapters, right? Like I think it was last year or something like that.
Yeah, like the end of last year.
End of last year.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty dope. They did that.
Yeah.
Oh, and apparently that chapter even got fucking leaked or some shit.
Yeah.
Like Oda was pissed.
It
That
was a
motherfucker
big ass
flipped his shit. Like,
It was a big deal.
nah, that's love though. Oh, you been watching anything else? Or that's kind of what you been on top of.
No. I've watched. Well, it's not anime related, but I watched The Circle. If you know The Circle on Netflix,
No, I haven't
it's a
seen it.
reality TV show. If you like drama and ridiculousness, then you should watch it. It's,
I have to go to watch
it's,
it.
it's really just
I'm here for the
shits and
bullshit.
giggles. Yeah, I'm just here for the bullshit. It was a good season though.
That's
I
love.
actually cried this season on a reality show. Maybe I'm getting soft.
you turned 25.
Maybe that's
man.
what it is.
You turned 25. Your body just
I just
changed.
said that out loud. It's like, damn, that's a new one. But yeah, I did cry.
It's good to cry, man. Cleanses the soul.
I want to know the story. Wow.
I cried because of the person who won. Because of the person who won, I thought she deserved it the most. And it was nice to see because she had issues outside of this show, so she actually could use the money. So I was like,
Okay, that's love.
Like,
Now, you said it's a reality show and drama. Is it like a survival reality show type shit? Or it's just like a competition type stuff?
It's, alright, I'm gonna give you this. Basically, it's like 10 people, they live in solo apartments.
Okay.
And they gotta communicate through social media app called The Circle. So each week somebody gets eliminated, whoever people like the least, whoever people like the most. At each week, new people get added as people get eliminated. And at the end, whoever they like the most wins the money.
Okay.
And there's people who are catfishes, who are not really themselves, and it's just
that's cool because it kind of also takes from the show The Survivor.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Survivor's my shit.
Yeah, especially because at the very end is pretty much where it kind of like takes that from Survivor.
Yeah.
Because you can survive all the way to the end, and it does not matter because at the very, very end, whoever they like the most and stuff. Yeah. And sometimes it's like, yo, even if you played the game, like certain people have won, like, yeah, you're a piece of shit, but you played the game and was supposed to,
But
so
sometimes
some
seasons
like,
I just like you the best.
Yeah.
So even though they didn't do shit the whole time.
Exactly.
So
like it's just shit. So I might get better watching it just because it's a kind of it's a reality show but it's also like a social experiment at the same time.
Social experiment.
That's pretty hot. Did you finish? What is it? Yatsuke?
Yeah.
Did you finish?
Mhm.
You did. How'd you enjoy that? Did you watch that? Yatsuke on Netflix?
Oh yeah, I watched that shit in one day.
Yeah,
I finished it in one day.
That shit. I know. Zay, me, we talked about it for a little bit because it
mixed feelings.
Yeah, because it
but
wasn't
I
what I
knew
wanted.
it was gonna do what it did, honestly, because Netflix has a certain archetype that they do with their self-produced anime. Yes. Well, the stuff that's not necessarily in a modern time. There's a certain kind of way that they do, I guess, historical fantasy. So I'm not that surprised about the way it went. I think I
was caught completely off guard.
Really?
I did not want the whole like, yo, why are there mechs in here?
Yeah.
Why is this all this supernatural shit happen? I didn't want that. Like,
I
know I told you too. Literally, all I wanted was Samurai Champloo, but with his story.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. I would have been happy, bro.
Yeah.
Just wanted Samurai Champloo with his story. That's all I fucking wanted. Even if you did the whole like after the fact of hey, this is what happened, that's cool. But all I wanted was just some straight up real shit and just keep it pushing.
How did it end?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
we spoiling for people. All three of us saw all of.
Okay.
They're not here.
Are we allowed to spoil? I really don't want to spoil it because it's
on Netflix. It's on Netflix and it's what 10 episodes.
Yeah,
so
like
it's 10. I thought that shit was like 6.
It was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think it's like 6.
Because
it wasn't a long season.
It's actually pretty short and everything. So I mean, you should.
You should be able to. Yeah, you should finish it honestly. So
But go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's okay. It's not like fucking
forgot.
One thing it made me realize is I'm kind of over the need for representation, quote unquote.
They don't do it right.
Cause
like,
I don't
if
necessarily.
If you gonna come correct. Like that's my only issue about it.
It made me realize I'm not really interested in like just needing to see a black face in certain spaces. I'm like, okay, but I want to see us do our thing the right way instead of just like, huh?
Who was it that made it?
So that's the worst part for me.
Because wasn't it someone who like this was pretty much like almost damn near like his fucking passion project that he kind of
and it was black creative. But see, I think that's probably also the problem with trying to do, and I'm not saying representation doesn't matter, because like things like Black Panther or certain other things like that, it's a boost to kids and everything like that who need to see themselves in a more positive light than just the average stereotype.
And to also know that it was like you got black writers, black directors and stuff. And I do feel that sometimes it goes astray.
But yeah, so this is what I say. The problem with that is though, if you don't necessarily have the legwork to really see the project to fruition and make itself owned and contained, you leave yourself open for the story or the mission to get co-opted in a weird way. Because I feel like he didn't necessarily have certain, I don't know for certain, but I understand that when you deal with large corporations, sometimes just making a story what it was isn't enough, and they try to add in other elements to your work. Yes, so
that's true. I mean, that's what happened with Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Venom was not supposed to be in that shit. They're like, you gotta put him in there. And so, like, I do understand sometimes the Overlord Corporation, they do kind of fuck it up, but I do feel as though, like, you know, sometimes I feel like if you're just coming at it with the wrong purpose. So they said that, who is it? Warner Brothers. What is it? They're planning on making Superman black now. They want a black Superman.
Yeah.
And they want the black director. I just said Superman twice. But like they want a black director. My issue with that is I feel like it's kind of similar to the whole like we're making the Wonder Woman movie and we want a woman director. I'm like, listen, how about you just exactly. How about you just get the best person for the job? Yeah. And if that person happens to be of likeness and everything, then you know it is what it is.
I'm gonna go out here and y'all can be mad. I don't really, I don't think we need a black Superman. Now, scientifically, sure, Superman should have been black, but then that should have happened like a long time ago. Yeah, But then again, I want to say, what was that? 2013, they were making Gods of Egypt, and that was white actors. So, I'm not gonna say there wasn't a period of time where we need to kind of catch up. So,
and I feel like I think my issue with like when they do stuff like certain things like that, I feel like you shelve all the characters that could have actually gotten that spotlight. So there are certain black superheroes that they should have gotten that look. But now you're putting all your resources into one.
Redoing the same story.
Yeah, we've seen this character already. You're literally just
the same story.
Same story.
Like, and to me, like, I'm like, I don't want to see that. So, but in terms of like Yasuke and everything, like, what kind of got me with that a little bit was I was kind of, how do you say it? I was torn apart a little bit because I'm like, I wanted to actually see the story. Like, I wanted to see what it was like. And they only really gave you the story of Yasuke in flashbacks. Yeah. Because I wanted to, like, and I do appreciate when they did show, like, alright, listen, he showed up as this. They fucking grabbed him, like, oh, like, why is he so dirty? And, like, go bathe him and stuff like that. And he was like, hey, yo, it's not coming off and stuff. And it shows the ignorance of people at that time because it's something they've never seen. So, like, it's yeah, bro. And, like, it's insane and stuff like that. But, like, like, that stuff was cool. But then you got into the whole, like, supernatural shit, and then the fucking priest and all, and you're just like,
that was really interesting too,
bro. It to me, like, a lot of it was unnecessary.
The priest was just so like he was a demon, and then like they brought in that whole kind of Christo ideology, trying to take over and utilize some kid, which was like. I don't know why they were putting that in there because, like, I mean, it was facts in a way. It's like the
especially around during that time.
Organization.
Like, and it was. I understood like why they did it, but at the same time, I didn't like the reason that they did it for this story.
Yeah.
Go make another story add whatever the hell you want to add into it. You didn't have to slap this into the story of Yasuke.
Like if that had to go into like Castlevania, I wouldn't have been mad because it would have made more sense. It's a gothic show, you know. You can weave in those kind of like Christian idiosyncrasies and everything like that, or the Catholic Church kind of that domineering overlord type of thing in the kind of history and mystery of Dracula and all that. That would have made more sense. But like that's one I feel like Netflix did a good job producing that show versus like Yasuke. I feel like it was so. They kind of missed the mark a little bit there. You know, I don't know.
I didn't like his character. I'm trying to remember the story.
Did you watch it subbed or dubbed? It's funny
because
I couldn't like even I couldn't. I don't know. Like it was just weird.
Yeah, like
I tried to watch it dubbed and I was just like I can't do this.
Yeah, I watched it subbed. No, did I watch it? No, I watched it dubbed.
I watched mine dubbed because like I mean I had it playing, you know, like while I'm like fucking washing dishes and shit like that. Like, I'm doing shit around the house. Yeah. So like I need.
It was his character though. I can't remember the story because I watched it all in one night. So I was like really just.
It's a dream.
Yeah, it's just all there. But I just remember him just like. I just remember watching it the whole time. I was like, when is he actually gonna turn the fuck up?
Yeah.
Like
I'm mad
he's a black samurai.
Yeah.
And he got to be the best because he's actually a black samurai. So if he's shitty, he would have been died, obviously. So
Facts.
when is he going to turn the fuck up? That's
and they showed it like twice.
Yeah, and not even really.
And I think that's kind of like the reason why like I was let down a lot by it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a little spotty on like they did Castlevania. Enjoy it. They got fucking 3 seasons of that shit.
And it's about this month or next month.
I've never seen Castlevania.
You should watch it. It's really well done, honestly.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's one of the best animes Netflix has produced.
That's a Netflix original.
Yeah, they actually did it right.
And then they did the Dragon's Dogma.
That was decent as well.
I enjoyed Dragon's Dogma a lot, especially because like the fucking main character in there is the main character from the actual front cover and the character that you play as in the tutorial of Dragon's Dogma. And, you know, it's just a random character you play in the tutorial and you don't really pay nothing about it. Because, you know, you create your own character and you go on about your story and stuff. But they're like, but they showed him and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, wait, this literally looks the same.
Right, I'm like, why does this look so familiar?
Yeah. But the thing is, the way that the anime actually takes the mythology of the game and turn it on its head, literally, once you finish the game of Dragon's Dogma, after you finish the game and you watch this anime, the ending of Dragon's Dogma is completely now changed. It's not like, oh, that doesn't make sense because of the game. No. It makes perfect sense of what it shows in the game. Because after it ends, certain things happen, blah, blah, blah. But you know that after the events of the game, because of how the anime ends, everything has to change now. And it's like, yo, like, it was really good. But no, it also kind of makes me worry now for when this comes out, Yasuke, and...
They're making a game?
For what?
Yeah, I thought you were saying they're making a game.
Oh, no.
I was about to say.
No. I'm talking about my worries within the anime.
If they go to Tsushima then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
but like what worries me and everything is that like, you know, when they make an anime like Yasuke and it's good, but it's not a must see, honestly. Like it's not something like you have to see. And then, you know, they also say, yo, they're working also on the Assassin's Creed anime. So now I'm just like, oh shit.
I think I would rather that be a live action.
I agree.
What
that should be live. That should take the turn of something like the Badlands.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like Assassin's Creed. It should be done like how the Badlands in terms of like.
If it's going to be like that, I feel like it has to be a show though, not a movie. Because we got the Assassin's Creed movie, and the Assassin's Creed movie. Because of Assassin's Creed, you need to be able to tell a full story, and the movie can't tell it. No. And that's the reason why the movie truly suffered. Or there's many reasons why the movie fucking suffered. But a big reason why is because like you can't tell an Assassin's Creed story in just 2 hours. There's a reason why even before the games were open world, the stories were quite lengthy. Yeah. Like it's just a lot to fucking talk about. And the full story of like the main character Desmond and everything doesn't even get fucking finished until the goddamn 4th game. And stuff, which is Assassin's Creed 3, although it's the 4th game. That's a lot. That's the 5th game. Assassin's Creed 3 is the 5th game, right? Yeah, got Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and then
starting to sound like iPhones.
Brotherhood was my shit.
Brotherhood was my genre.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of people say Assassin's Creed 2 is their favorite. Like, no, Brotherhood.
Brotherhood was my.
That's my top one. But yeah, saying that, I guess I had texted everybody. I had asked them, we'll jump into our topics
Top
now.
five.
Yeah, I text everybody like, yo, like if you had to talk about like your top 5 video game franchises of all time. And before we hit record, we talked about like whether we'll talk about either our personal list, like our list with bias in it, or our actual list that we believe, hey, listen, bias uses I like this is our fucking top franchise list. We're gonna talk about our fucking personal list, what we believe. And then after that, we'll kind of like pick and pull apart and everything, and try and create also what we also believe to be just the top in general. So would you like to give your top 5?
I'll give my top
no
5.
specific order,
No
unless
specific
you have
order.
one.
No.
Okay.
That'd been too hard. All right, so Halo, Call of Duty, 2K. I'm a basketball guy. 2K got to be in there.
Makes sense.
Pokemon.
Makes sense.
And this 5th spot it was between fucking Mega Man, fucking Dragon Ball, and Madden.
Wow.
Mega Man, Dragon Ball.
That's
Man.
rough.
Yeah, this last spot is like.
See, that's hard because I feel like, because for me personally, I didn't start in football games with Madden. I mean, I started back in the 64 when I used to play Blitz.
Oh,
Blitz
I
2000
remember
was my
Blitz.
shit.
I remember Blitz too.
Boom, shaka. Fucking dropping people with leg humping and leg drops and shit. Oh, but it's like, it's like Madden is like one. It's still to the, like
Longevity.
yeah, and it's like a Madden game is like no matter what it is, if you're into football games,
You're gonna buy.
well,
Madden.
yeah, and it's also kind of hard because they just have kind of a locked arm sports game.
Yeah, they do.
Or at least for football, American football. So you got to put the
All
difference
the
out
prefaces.
there. Yeah.
Football.
But yeah, so damn.
My 5th spot, I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to give it.
I feel like we need another Mega Man.
We do need another man. I'm gonna have to
But
give
we
it
need
to Dragon
we
Ball.
need 2 more Mega Mans.
I'm gonna have to give it to Dragon Ball.
I need my side-scrolling Mega Man and everything, but then I also need, what was that other Mega Man game that came out?
Which one?
It was more like of a strategic game.
Like it's older.
Mega Man, yeah, it's older.
Not Legends.
No, like you move your character from, like you're like in a little like field.
Like
type
a
thing.
9 by 9. Then they gotta turn. You gotta
exactly,
turn.
that
I
job.
love that shit.
I forget what it's called, but I feel like Mega Man actually has a decent whole like of a series and so that they could
Mega
do that.
Man.
So God, that's hard.
I gotta give it to Dragon Ball only because just memories. Like, I just remember playing that with my cousins for hours, just smashing the shit out them buttons.
Mega Man X?
No, Dragon
Mega
Ball.
Man X is the other series. But there was another. So Mega Man has 3 different series: the Mega Man X games, and then the other one, which is the Link or some shit.
Yeah, like Link Up.
Some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But so you said the Dragon Ball. So that's good.
Just memories.
Zay, you got a list?
It's shaky, man.
Shaky.
It's real shaky. Hold on.
Fucking camera.
Had to make sure that we didn't lose our wide there. Yeah, again, this is no order. I don't know. I don't know if I have 5.
Because, like, I know for me, I guess, give you some time to think, like...
Halo is on there. This is the bias list?
The bias list.
Yes.
The bias list.
We're not talking about, because top, like, I could spit off, like, fucking 4 off the top and everything, and it's, like, hard to debate those top 4.
It's hard to say if these are legitimate franchises, too. But,
Alright, then just give us the top 5 fucking franchises.
okay.
Damn, it's top 5 games.
No, not for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know if I have enough. Like,
it was like, I got a whole CD folder at home games. I'm like, this is my shit.
I'm about to say, but that's not going to make 5.
Yeah.
I've got to go Halo, Warframe, because that just did a lot of just kind of groundbreaking things to me. What else do we have? The Mario series slash Bros. I can include those in the same thing. And this is one's gonna be a little probably wild, but I don't know. I kind of came up on this, so I don't know if you would call the whole thing a franchise, but just the Lego games. They did very well, and they were decent games. Honestly, they were fun to play.
I'll be honest,
you got to do a lot of stuff.
I feel the Lego games were best when in the beginning where they weren't talking.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because that's where the comedy showed. I remember
hilarious.
playing the Lego Star Wars game.
Yes,
Lego
that's the one that brings out my mind the most. Lego Star Wars was
the
lit,
scene where Vader's about to tell Luke, like, I'm your father and so like that.
Just,
because he can't talk, he pulls out a picture of him, his handmade, and he looks and he's like,
and they were just the animators are drawing with those games. It was great.
But I feel like that forced them to be creative. Now that they can talk, I feel it's kind of like the Minions and the fucking Despicable Me movies.
Yeah.
Like before, when they were just a bunch of gibberish.
Yeah.
Then they made the Minion movies and they made them speak a little bit more Spanish and everything, so kind of like people could kind of get them a touch of what they're saying. And then now it's kind of just like, oh yeah, they kind of speak. They speak broken English basically. Yeah. But no, I'm not mad at the Lego, John.
Let's see, how many was that? I said.
You said
Halo,
Warframe,
Lego movies, Mario / Super Smash, and
Warzone.
Yeah, basically. And we're talking about favorite. And we're talking about that. Honestly, to me, Warzone is one of the greatest games that ever been created.
Yeah, I'm like, I was waiting for it.
I don't understand honestly how we didn't have that before now, but you know, like we needed it, especially the time that it dropped. We needed that game. The world needed that game.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, because I guess if I'm gonna get into my top five here, I have to throw. And again, it's my biases. This is not me talking about the top.
I know this is about to be.
Like Assassin's Creed, I have to throw in there because Assassin's Creed from the jump, from the very first Assassin's Creed game when you play as Altair, like that shit. Like mind you, my third son is on the way. His middle name is Altair. Like like Assassin's Creed is my shit, yo. Like I can't even.
Y'all heard they all. This man is dedicated.
Like when the wife agreed to like me having a middle name for Altair, I was like, yo, you a real one. But like I have to throw Assassin's Creed in there for me, and it's just because as a series as a whole, take away the modern day aspect of the games when you just get into the fact that they allow you to go experience how these games were. The fucking the church in France that had burned the fuck down and stuff. Ubisoft literally had went there when they made Assassin's Creed Unity.
They helped them rebuild it because they had such a great geospatial map.
They literally made a 3D schematic of the whole thing and built it on a computer for the game.
Yeah, so they could literally rebuild it in real life.
They made it
no,
for the game.
They had already studied this church so well to build it in game that when the church got burnt down, they said, "Here's the 3D map that we made. You can rebuild the church off of."
Crazy. And they gave us, and what they also did is they went, yo, listen, man, you can also now get Assassin's Creed Unity on Steam for free. So it was like, yo, listen, we literally rebuilt this on a computer from the ground up, from the pictures and measurements that we took, and now we're giving it to you. And because they got that publicity, they said, hey, yo, listen, populate our servers again, keep the game for free and shit, because the game's pretty much dead. But the game is actually, Assassin's Creed Unity is actually one of my favorite games, only because I feel like when it works, because the game is buggy, but when the game works and everything, it is the smoothest fucking parkour system that Assassin's Creed has ever had. Now, whether or not it's the most realistic with a visitor, that's up to people's interpretations or whatever they feel like and stuff. But I'm talking about smoothness, as in terms of like sliding under shit, fucking vaulting, dead bolts, like all this shit in there, it's fucking amazing. But yeah, Assassin's Creed on my list and stuff, and again, no particular order. Second, Splinter Cell.
Yep,
to me, when it comes to just when you're going to stories as a whole, excitement within stories, like it's a stealth game that just blew the fuck up because you got this crazy, amazing voice actor, and it's like, you know, he almost sounds dead inside, but then you got points in the game where like you're speaking to like your daughter Sarah, then you're like, oh, you feel more of a human aspect from him, and then you know she gets older. Sam, the main character, Sam Fisher, he gets older, and it's like, you know, you hear them and stuff like that. Meanwhile, now he's going around like on top of pipes, crawling through them and shit, fucking leaning down, grabbing people by the fucking neck, choking them out. You're like, yo, what's going on? And then after the mission, he's calling his daughter and everything. How was your day? And it's like, yo, like, cause you kind of get that she's pretty much his anchor and everything. So like shit like that's really cool. Other than that, like I kind of, well, I'll say that one for the last one. Next, I'm gonna say Call of Duty. Call of Duty is like.
You have to explain that one.
Yeah, like Call of Duty is just a game that it pretty much it had to outdo itself in order to outdo every other franchise out there. So for those who don't know, Call of Duty was never the original fucking best shooting game out there. Before Call of Duty, the top one was Medal of Honor. You were not touching Medal of Honor. They had the best fucking games and everything in terms of just shooters and stuff. Medal of Honor was the military shooter game. That's not a fucking argument and stuff. If you argue it, then you just never experienced gaming when it comes to military shooters. Then, Call of Duty did a thing, came out with Big Red 1 and stuff like that, and then they made fucking Modern Warfare Call of Duty 4, or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and then it was a fucking wrap. Yeah. Like, that's when Xbox Live was at it, was the newest thing, and just gaming was at its peak. You had your fucking Halo franchise that, like, everybody was playing for competitions, losing their fucking mind, and then you had Call of Duty that everybody's losing their fucking mind. And so, yeah, Call of Duty just fucking legendary, always going to be one of my top ones and stuff. No matter how many times I get pissed at the game or leave the game, I always find myself back. The fucking battered relationship, bro. Like,
very toxic relationship.
Yeah, extremely. It's like, that's going to be one of the news topics. Then fourth one, I have Need for Speed. Need for Speed, I had to throw in, and I had to fight myself because it was between Need for Speed or Tony Hawk. Honestly, pick me on a different day, I'll switch it. But the thing is, I literally used to just spend hours just driving around the city, not fucking even racing. Just driving around, and we talked about it there, like just trying to hit a drift around the corner perfectly, just for fun.
Kill me,
yeah. And they'll be like, "Oh, that wasn't a drift; it was a power slide." I'm like, motherfucker, no, it wasn't. It's like whatever, man. But yeah, I have to throw Need for Speed in there, especially because the hours that I've put into Need for Speed Most Wanted and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and everything. Like I can't fucking count it. It's just amazing. And the last one is kind of my cheat franchise series, and the only reason why that I kind of had to cheat and put it in there is because this series kind of actually created its own fucking how do you say not its own genre but its own subgenre, and that's the Souls games. I had to throw it in there because I forget what the fucking original game was that the idea kind of really took its inspiration from, but then eventually Demon Souls came about. After Demon Souls, we got our Dark Souls 1. The director Miyazaki left to go work on Bloodborne, and then at that time, people were also working on Dark Souls 2. So then, we got Dark Souls 2, we got Bloodborne, then Miyazaki came back, did Dark Souls 3. After that, he went on and did Sekiro. Between all of this, we've had multiple Souls-like games that have came out. We've had, Ashen has come out, Remnant has come out, fucking The Surge. The Surge even got a sequel, Lords of the Fallen. And then, just so many fucking games that are just Souls-like games, in which, to this day and everything, so many games are just saying, yo, listen, our combat system and how we gotten, like, the bonfire. The safe area hub of a bonfire and stuff like that. Not saying that Dark Souls created it, but they made the ones that sure enough created the stamp in gaming that it's all Souls-like if you have a bonfire-esque zone. So yeah, my cheat last one is the fucking Souls games. Yeah, so
let's get to the
topics.
The top 5.
Or the top 5 in general?
In general.
Alright, so
no bias.
No bias, all my biases out and stuff. I have to say the only game within my list that I would probably have to make an argument for might be Assassin's Creed.
I can't agree to that.
Out of my list?
Yeah. I mean, I can't agree.
Well, no, okay, wait, no, that's bullshit.
No,
Well, I'm talking about like if I'm gonna pull from my list. Because I'm thinking about it. It's either Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty. That if I had to pull from my personal list, I would have to either put one of those two out, and most likely it would probably have to be Call of Duty, only because of how big and what it has done with gaming. Yeah. But if we're gonna talk about top 5, okay, not a fan of the series and stuff, but I do acknowledge of how much it's done. Legend of Zelda to me has to be on that list. Final Fantasy will have to be on that list. Pokemon will also have to be on that list.
Mario.
And Mario will also have to be on the list. And to me, regardless if we continue or not, those 4 to me are kind of like solidified.
Oh yeah.
Like there is no argument for creating, like I said, like a Mount
Rushmore
and everything. Yeah, like those 4, no fucking argument. And fucking, goddamn.
Then what's the 5th one?
Nintendo just got a lock on this shit, bro. I mean, shit. If you the first one out the gate really rocking and everything and shit, like, lucky I don't throw duck hunting that shit.
Wow. Right, not duck hunting.
But damn, yo, that's hard.
The 5th one, damn.
Yo, I can make an argument for Tetris. Don't play with me. I'll fucking make the argument, man.
Technically, it's a video
I'm
game.
not mad at you for
Bro,
technically, it's a
like,
video game. That's definitely, and you could argue that above the other ones, honestly, because that's.
Well, no, Pac-Man's hard too because you have your Pac-Man, your Mrs. Pac-Man, or just the Pac-Man franchise.
Pac-Man franchise.
Yeah, and then because I feel like
franchise too.
You can make an argument for that, and also for Tetris. Think about you also got Dr. Mario off of that shit and everything. Like these OG games are a problem, but I don't know if I'll put that in the Mount Rushmore. I mean, they're iconic.
I want to put them just because they're not.
But I feel like Tetris has an argument though.
Tetris does have.
People still play Tetris. Too.
Yeah, bro, competitively, bro.
That's on
they
plenty
compete. Yeah, but all right, now let's put. All right, so iconic, yes, but I don't know if I'm gonna put it in Mount Rushmore of things that have just spawned so much more than what they are.
Okay.
Because God.
I'm trying to think of what would be up there.
Yeah, because I mean, because if we're talking about series, it has to go Mario, Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, and Final Fantasy. To me, those are like a solidified 4, and that's kind of like a non-argument thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to talk about iconic franchises or games, that's different. But we're talking about series. To me, that's fucking top there.
Yeah.
And a fifth one is hard because then you gotta. It's like all 4 of those, they can fight for the number 1 spot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you add a fifth one, that game has to have an argument for that number 1 spot as well.
That's fine.
So you just cap it at 4.
I feel like it, but I feel like there's a fucking game we're missing.
Wait, we gonna remember about
right.
Yeah, bro.
We're gonna get the world news and be like,
shit, bro. I'm gonna be thinking about it this whole fucking time, man, because I know there is a fucking game that I'm gonna just think about because, bro, like I feel as though like a Call of Duty can be in that top 5.
I was thinking about Halo in that top 5.
I feel like Halo can, but I feel like after Halo 3, the dip that the series had is a little bit too drastic. Because, you have Halo 1, iconic, created the mold of FPS shooters. Like first-person shooters, Jesus Christ. But it created the mold for FPS. It created the controller scheme of how we shoot in shooters. Like, it did that. That's iconic. You cannot touch that. Halo as a brand, iconic, you're not touching it.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're now putting it into a league of like a fucking Pokemon...
Yeah.
And I feel like because the fact that Halo 4...
have Call of Duty on Nintendo Switches.
Yeah. And bro, even at that, an argument, fucking, you could throw fucking, nah, you can't do it. Never mind, this bullshit. I start capping.
I mean, Nintendo DS's, because a lot of...
You could throw a DS in there as a whole, just a console, fucking Nintendo DS. That shit, you can throw that bitch in there. Especially the original one, because you had the Game Boy Advance slot on the bottom.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP.
Yo, talk about, like, being able to, like, create a console, like,
Nintendo really...
They snapped
in terms of consoles or creating a device, they've won. Everybody else just kind of revamps the same thing. Nintendo's like, no, we're going to rewrite it every time.
I just started thinking that for Pokemon, that actually might have the biggest argument for the number 1 franchise.
Yeah.
Only because no matter if it's a remake, a remaster, a fucking new game, whenever a new Pokemon... Whenever anything Pokemon drops, it is the biggest...
Doesn't matter.
When Pokemon Go came out, I was like, yo, y'all don't even like Pokemon.
Right, exactly.
What the fuck doing?
People are still buying the cards, and they're like...
Bro, they
millions.
Hundreds of thousands.
Bro, they fucking spike. Like, yo, I thought Magic the Gathering was having another big spike because normally it goes up and it drops down, then it goes back up and then it drops down. Pokemon hit such a fucking spike that it's insane. Like, I follow a couple like Twitter bot pages.
Pokemon might have it just kind of
came around. That might actually have solidified the spot as number 1.
Because it's in like 18 different industries. You got a show, physical merchandise, gaming. Mario could argue that.
Out of that list, like
Pokemon and Mario,
like they're probably
Mario and Pokemon. That's probably.
And I feel like now that leaves fucking Final Fantasy and Legend of Zelda to kind of like dish it out.
Yeah.
Because like Final Fantasy, the one thing it has over the Legend of Zelda is that so many games are so fucking like you have your different settings and different stories and so many iconic characters, but there's so many fucking games.
Yeah.
Like, how do you fuck with a game like that, bro? You're even talking about like Dissidia that's on the PSP. Like, yo, you got too many games. Like, it's hard to fight that because, and it's not even just like quantity over quality. No, because they have the quality there. There's a reason why Final Fantasy VII has its like longevity to the point that it got its fucking remake and it's like today's graphics and today's engines. Like it's extremely hard to even try to combat a Final Fantasy. And I feel like Legend of Zelda, I feel like it's kind of out of its own. I don't want to say it's not in a fight for that, because I feel like if we're doing 1 or 2, that's a Pokemon or Mario.
Yeah.
The 1 or 2. So now you just have to argue 3 or 4. And I feel like Final Fantasy ever so slightly kind of beats out. And to me, it's only for the simple fact of that, like, too many games within the Final Fantasy franchises are just too fucking big. Including with Final Fantasy 15. Now, granted, I don't like the mechanics of Final Fantasy 15. Because I love my fucking, like, third-person, like, action adventures and RPG games and shit like that. Now, I personally feel like the mechanics of the fucking dodging system is fucking trash and everything. I feel like the movement, I don't really like it. But I do understand this is, like, their first attempt of trying to bring it to, let's move away from turn-based. Yeah. But, but you do got certain stories, like Final Fantasy 13. I enjoyed the story, like, and dramatic. Like, I really liked Lightning and, Hope and everything. Like, I loved all these characters. But, yeah, I feel like that Final Fantasy might actually take that 3rd spot. And then that will push Legend of Zelda down to 3, and that's with no disrespect, because again,
you're talking top 4 all the time, so that ain't no disrespect.
You're talking about the most iconic games of all time, and it's kind of hard to even compete against certain games that just have done too much, and as well as they just continue to just do too much. And that's with saying Final Fantasy, what is it, 16 that's coming out now? So it's like, bro, like, come on, 16 with also little things in between. Like, so, but a 5th one, a 5th one, like,
to be determined.
That's hard.
Yeah, because you now have to compete with, like, the fucking juggernauts of, like, gaming as a whole. And it's like, nobody, there are no games that are really just able to hit that. If Sonic didn't release so many dumbass games, Sonic could have been in that contention, bro.
I forgot about the whole Sonic franchise. That's a shame.
Yeah, bro, like, they fucked up.
They did fuck up.
I believe that when they truly fucked up was when they did fucking Sonic Unleashed. I was like, that was unnecessary. Like, you had to do that for the Wii. Like, for the Wii of all consoles. Like, you did not have to do that. But yeah, saying that, I guess, we have our top 4. We'll see if we come back to you maybe next week. We'll talk to Frenchie, we'll talk to Tron, and we'll see if we can actually get, their input. And maybe we'll see if we just pull something from your list, my list, their list, and your list as well, and see if maybe there's, like, a common factor within them, and it would just be, I don't want to throw an honorable mention into the top 5 of all time, but I guess we could sit down and see if there is something that we are missing from each other's games.
Put your top 5 in the comments.
Yeah, leave your top 5 in the comments. If not, at the least get your top 3, and whether it be your personal list or the list that you truly believe, because again, our personal lists are completely separate from our fucking, what we believe to be the top 5 of gaming. Saying that, let's jump into our topics and everything. A little bit lengthy introduction, but I feel like it's almost kind of necessary when you're talking about, the top of anything. But first, we got all these things are somewhat connected in a way, minus the whole Activision topic we have today. But we have Sony, Activision, and Xbox in the news and stuff. And this is the Sony and Xbox news will kind of swing ourselves right into the world topic, because it is kind of a big thing that's kind of going on right now. So we'll start with Sony. Sony currently has they're facing a class action lawsuit for digital sales. If you go to fucking what is it, like a Best Buy or some shit, or a GameStop, you can buy a digital code for a game, and therefore you go redeem it and you get a digital copy of a game, or you can just buy it from your respective marketplace of the console that you own. Sony, you can only purchase their digital copies from fucking PlayStation Store. And that kind of now creates a legit monopoly on where you can actually purchase it, because it's only one fucking place. Now, when certain games drop within market price, the games still kind of stay at the same price, or is still always above other people, so therefore you're always going to be paying more for those of you who are on PlayStation. That's what I'm being told. I do not own a PlayStation no more. Maybe you can speak to it more. But that's kind of the reason why they're getting a class action lawsuit slapped against them now. That's kind of fucked up. And I think that's also kind of the beauty of also like a PC. Like, playing on PC is kind of the beauty of it. You have damn near an unlimited amount of sources where you can buy a game from, get a deal from and everything. Maybe you have a coupon code for some shit and everything. So like it creates kind of a just like a that's the reason why you could pretty much get games just cheaper on PC for multiple sources, because like it's just competitive market.
It's competitive pricing.
Yeah. So I feel like that's a really interesting thing. But you know, even at that, like if you get a game for your Nintendo Switch and everything, like I said, you can go to like a fucking Best Buy and get like a digital code for a game and stuff like that. Or on Xbox, you could purchase a digital code from fucking Amazon or whatever. And so you know, these things can happen. So, I mean, what's on your mind about that shit?
It is what it is. Sony clearly know what they're doing. And it's funny because I started playing, I told you I started playing Nier. And I bought a digital copy. And the reason that I bought the digital copy is because it was like marked down like 60 or 70%. I got it for like $20. But it was a couple other games that I was looking at. I'm trying to get a digital copy. They were like, they were like $60, $50, and they're like 2 or 3 years old. I'm like, what's going on? And I looked at Best Buy, I looked at Walmart for a digital copy. I couldn't. So now that you say that, it's making sense. Like I just was doing this like 2 weeks ago. So it was like, damn.
See, and I feel like,
fuck you, Sony.
I feel like the reason why like you kind of can't do that to Nintendo is because one, like Nintendo, like it's pretty much all exclusive games that like they keep their prices at the same. Like if you're gonna go buy like Breath of the Wild,
I want that.
like that shit is still at a higher price.
Yeah.
Like you go buy Mario Odyssey, still at a higher price and everything. Now, granted, it is their exclusive games, and also they're the ones who distribute it, so that's their fucking choice. But you know, it's kind of fucked up still. Like I don't like it. I sure as hell don't.
Right.
But you know, it kind of is what it is and everything. And I do feel as though when they do go to court, it's gonna just be like, yo, listen, if we have distribution in our shit and everything, and we're distributing the PlayStation version of it, you just don't have a say. It's our fucking store and everything. Like, now, granted, you know, like if it may be something that's worked out in a contract that may be a little different and everything. So I don't know that. So maybe just the consumers are probably just shit out of luck. If it's in the contract of how it's distributed and everything, they say, yo, no digital codes in the store, then you're shit out of luck, because that's between the fucking developer and the publisher.
Right.
Like, it is what it is. But saying that, we also have in the news for Sony the PlayStation 5 redesign. The redesign is actually really interesting because a lot of people, they kind of jumped the gun and were like, oh, look, see, listen, the PlayStation 5, because it was designed so poorly, now they have to redesign the whole thing and everything because it's bad with fucking its heat output and all this extra bullshit. The redesign is actually something that is kind of, I don't want to say common, but it's something that's not uncommon. Like, it has been done before for the PlayStation 4. Now, the redesign is probably going to be also, they're probably just going to kind of use cheaper components, most likely, to kind of like drop the production price, so therefore they kind of get a bigger profit. If so, like for those of you who have a PlayStation 4, if you don't know, the reason why, like, if you have amazing internet connection, but your download speeds, even with the Ethernet cable, is still not as good as you're expecting, is because the Ethernet port itself is just a low budget one. They just cheaped out on it and stuff, so they kind of like screwed you over in that sense. But again, it is what it is. They need to make sure that, you know, they lower production costs and still maximize the profit as much as they can. That's their prerogative, you know. So I feel as though that might be what's going to happen with the PlayStation 5 redesign. They might end up just kind of like lowering the actual quality of certain things. Not saying that they're just going to use cheap shit, but they're just going to be like, yo, listen, we don't have to use this much expensive stuff. Yeah. And I do feel a big issue with it too is like they use like liquid metal to help with the cooling. Like, you're putting fucking liquid metal on some shit that's not cheap at all. Now, granted, it might just completely just change how it is, and it helps dramatically. Not saying that's what they're going to change, but I do believe that there are going to be components that are just going to be cheaper that are placed inside strictly for just production cost. Yeah. And saying that, we also, God, this is what's going to kind of going into what we're going to be talking about in your section as well. Yeah. Fucking Epic offered Sony $200 million for, I believe it was 6 PlayStation exclusive titles to bring them to PC to be sold directly on the Epic Game Store. We don't know if this has actually, if the deal was signed, sealed, and delivered, but we do know that the offer was made. And a lot of these things are actually coming out because of the court cases going on between Sony and Epic, or, my bad, Epic and Apple, So a lot of things are coming out and stuff. But regardless of that, that shit's happening. And that's kind of a lot of fucking money, especially considering the fact that Sony already invested, I think, 250 mil into the company, and then they invested another, I forget how many 100 mil into that shit. So they've already made their investments in it, and now we also hear that they offered them 200 mil to just bring PlayStation exclusives, which is amazing because we've already seen, fucking like Horizon Zero Dawn, and I believe it was also Days Gone, was also put on PlayStation. I mean on PC.
Horizon Zero Dawn is a PlayStation exclusive.
Horizon Zero, yes. And also they have the sequel coming out this year, but that's PlayStation 5 exclusive. So seeing that, I'm like, yo, like that's a lot of fucking money, and also that's good deals coming around and stuff like that. So that would be really awesome to have. Saying that, I also have the last kind of thing within Sony news before we move on into certain other shit, but there was a deal that was going on between Microsoft and Discord, and apparently they were going to have a buyout. They were offering, I think, around $10 billion and everything for the fucking buyout. Now,
crazy money.
Yeah, like, bro, this is like, hey, we like what you do over there.
Let me get that for $10 billion, yo.
Yeah,
and I need that. Like, what?
Apparently, on Discord, we don't know exactly truly what happened, but we do know that the deal fell out, and Discord is kind of just moving on to just, being put on the market and stuff like that. So, people could buy shares. Sony now has a minority take within the company, and they also announced that coming as early as next year, Discord will be integrated into the PlayStation messaging and services. So, Discord chat coming to PlayStation. For those of you who have Discord, you should be excited about that. For those of you who are actually fine with PlayStation's party chat and messaging system, one, you should not be, because it's fucking horrible. And two, you should just go make a fucking Discord account right now and everything. Just get that shit ready. So integration within Xbox has been a thing, but it's nothing really major. That Discord app's available on Xbox, but the integration as a whole really is pretty much just like, hey, listen, I'm able to see my friends list and see who's playing what and everything if they have their Discord connected. So that's cool. But PlayStation side, they're actually having it integrated within the party system and messaging. That is fucking better. Now, I have heard from certain people that are like, leakers and shit like that that you can talk to freely, like on Twitter. They have said that the integration within Xbox is coming, but that has not been confirmed. So don't even think about that. Keep the shit off your mind and shit. But PlayStation users, PlayStation 5 and PS4 users, please just wait a little bit longer, and party chat system and the messaging will be dramatically increased and better for all of you users. Saying that, we're going to go ahead and jump into Activision. Activision, Jesus fucking Christ, they're actually investing money into their anti-cheat. Us three here.
Finally.
Yes. Fucking finally. Us three here, we play Warzone. Play it a lot and everything. Now, you said with this latest update you haven't really played as much, you're not really fucking with it. But they need fucking help. Like, with his anti-cheat.
I've been getting smacked recently. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, I feel as though that the skill-based matchmaking, they need to improve.
They do.
They literally need to improve that shit.
Yeah, what did you say? You got back on the joint and was back in Diamond,
bro.
Diamond.
So they threw me into a Diamond lobby. Now, granted, I didn't.
How you know?
So there's a website. I'll give it to you. There was a website that apparently Activision actually shut down because it was connecting to people's accounts and they didn't like so blah blah blah. Basically, they worked out the legal shit. They created a second website and everything, and you can connect you can search your Activision account or your Xbox Live account or PlayStation account, and when you search it and stuff, you can actually look at your past, I believe, like 10 matches or some shit. You can look at your KD, and it tells you what type of lobby you're in.
Because I need to.
Like the fucking one that I sent to Zay.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Okay, because I think it was the one I sent you. Like, I actually did fairly well in a Diamond lobby, but like when me and him used to average our shit out, I'm like, yo, listen, we're maybe like in the like high silvers gold like section. Are you gonna put it in front of the camera?
See if it focuses. That's a macro lens of shit. Diamond 3, Platinum 1, Diamond 1, Gold 4, Diamond 4.
That was my KD.
Your KD is 1.3, 1.32 in a Diamond 3. You have 4,700 kills in the Diamond 1. I think you need 7,000 or almost 8,000 to get hit Master. You have 17 wins at a Platinum 1 level. That's ridiculous. Yeah. So.
but like yo, when I was going to that shit, and I was like, first off, I was like, one, I don't want to have to work that hard, because anything I've ever done has literally been like Zay always says, like yo, you in the zone right now, and it's like I'm almost forced to be put in there. Like I sent Zay a clip of like literally like when they say like it's called Warzone for a fucking reason. We were you know, when you come back from Gulag, they normally just two main areas that they kind of really drop you in. They drop you in one that's like a little town with a couple houses, and you always got to haul ass. Or they drop you in one where the bunker is, you got to cross the bridge, there's a firehouse on one side, police here and everything. Yeah, so that spot, we were over there. We were in firehouse, went to police, we cleared everything, cleared the bunker and shit. We're going all the way up towards the top right hill and stuff, and all these motherfuckers just started like raining hell down. I'm talking about there's like 3-4 different fucking teams all shooting at us, and we're like, yo, shoot at each other. Right. We're laying down, this me, him, and his brother and shit, and we just like, yo, and Josiah was still new too. So like Josiah,
this man's been on the game like less than 3 weeks, so like.
Well, no, but let's be honest. Like
now, this was like his first. Oh no! He learns quickly.
Yo, drastically, bro. The difference from like the first night I played with him till like maybe the 4th or 5th is like damn near fucking night and day. Yeah. But that day, that was like the first or second day this motherfucker ever picked up the game. And yo, he was like, I see one over here, I see one over there. And me and Zay are like, yo, if this shit was a real life, it would have been like me and Zay like back to back, like, shoot that motherfucker. Jesus Christ. It's like, man, we was going in, and but like the whole clip of that saying was pretty much like everybody's dying, everybody's shooting shit like that. Yeah. And I'm like literally prone on the fucking ground on the hill and shit like that. And I'm sitting, a car literally drives like fucking inches from my face, just right fucking by me, and keeps fucking going. All these shooting going around, and I see, because we're playing trios, I see 3 dudes on the bottom starting to run up the fucking hill. And I'm like, and they're running directly towards me. I'm like, this is it. I had 2 stuns on me. I fucking threw a stun right in front. I jumped up, dropped one, ran, slid, dropped the other. I'm fucking reloading. The third guy's fucking, like, just wasting every bullet he has in that mag on my ass. I'm like, ah! I get behind the rock and shit. I lay down. He sees me. I see him. I'm like, oh shit. I run around the rock, throw the stun, run, fucking bunny hop around, dropped his ass and killed him. Right. And I was like, let's fucking go. I'm all hype and shit. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, I had to pull that shit out my ass. Right. Like, that's not something that I'm just trying to do every single time. Bro, like, I'm not trying to be no fucking tryhard. I don't want to be a tryhard. Like, the fuck am I? Like, I'm not Booyah. Like, like, I'm not Booyah at all. Like, so, like, I'm not, like, Santana or Swag or any of them niggas. Like, no. But I'm saying this, because, a big issue that anyone who plays Warzone knows is that the cheaters are a huge issue. And sometimes it's random, but sometimes I even have certain things that, like, I told Zay, yo, this one who's been following us for the past, like, 3 fucking lobbies. We'll die, we'll leave, come back, and the same person die by the same fucking person.
And I'm like, bro, we're not streamers. Why are we?
And then also you kind of come to the point is like I was kind of teabagging when it comes to it's probably some shit like that, and stuff like that. Like it kind of it kind of also like affects it and stuff like that. But at the same time, like yo, listen, man, if I do some crazy shit and like a whole team just starts rushing us and we drop their ass, you best believe I'm teabagging. Yeah. And like, yo, if you're fucking like selfing and I'm there, I'm teabagging while you're selfing there. As soon as you get up fucking melee. Like, shit. That's out of pocket. Yeah, it is, but at the same time, we've all done it, bro. I mean, like, the fuck, you thought you were running up on me? Not running up on my ass. But so they, Activision did say that they are investing more into the anti-cheat, which is great. I do feel as though they do need to fix the whole fucking skill-based matchmaking because it's bullshit. I know personally that I am like at the least on a silver to gold fucking play thing and stuff. As a team, when we work as a team, I do believe we can then push into the golds and plats. Yeah. But under no circumstance should I be in a fucking like diamond lobby or a plat lobby consistent. Like if I play solo, bro, if I'm playing solo, I am consistently in a plat or diamond lobby. I shouldn't have to work that hard. You know how much I struggled to get fucking 9 kills in a solo? Bro, I was bitching every corner. There should be no reason why I'm fucking slide cast and bunny hopping every corner. I shouldn't have to. And so, but yo, just to get 9 kills, I got to do that. I'm like, nah, that's just bullshit and stuff. But they're investing into the anti-cheat, so I'm extremely happy. We've had at the least nearly 500,000 fucking players that have been officially banned from Warzone. 500,000 players. That's fucking ridiculous, and it's going up by the fucking day. It's insane. So you see that, and I'm just like, yo, like it's horrible. But what have been your experience with cheaters? Because I know and I feel like sometimes people cheating, and other times it's just really just a road skin. It's not even just someone cheating, but sometimes it's a road skin and a cheating.
It's hit or miss, because I'm not gonna lie, some days I hop on and I'm just like missing my shots. It's just like, or maybe I'm not missing. Maybe they just be dipping. That's the cheaters. They just be dipping the bullets. Yesterday I was playing with Sonny. He got killed. I go around the corner. I put my daddy on. The guy's waiting at the doorway. He think I'm coming through the door. I come through the other door. I'm shot him for 3 seconds before he even shot me. The gun is on him, on his head. He didn't die. He turns around and just shoots me 2 times, and I'm dead. I was like, damn.
Latency,
so shit like that, huh?
Latency, maybe?
It was the MP5 though, and I'm like, when I say I was this close to him, like he wasn't even looking at me for like 2 seconds, 2 whole seconds. The MP5 was right there on your head. He should have been dead.
That's what I was talking about.
I was like,
I don't understand. Or you get killed and you're on the side of somebody. You Joe Woe and rotate around someone. Yeah. You're almost behind them, and then you get the damage markers. It's like he just turned the gun like this and shot like that and didn't even look at you. It's like, how?
And the one thing I do hate too is that I do feel as though latency sometimes is a huge issue. Because you know how many times I've actually turned a fucking corner of a brick fucking building in downtown, turned the goddamn corner, they're shooting at me with an SMG. I hit the different corner, and I fucking die. And then the kill cam literally shows them shooting. It shows me turn the corner,
and then it's shooting in the air.
Yeah, and I'm shooting in the air, and I die, but it's by a stray bullet that never hit me, but because of latency, it hit me before I actually turned the corner. I'm like, what? So there are some things that need to happen, but the anti-cheat and everything and all that stuff happening is fucking amazing. So I'm glad they are doing it, but we haven't gotten any word of what exactly they are implementing, which is actually kind of good because you don't need people trying to change certain components out their PC, because that is the issue. I do feel as though a lot of I know on PlayStation side you're able to turn crossplay off. Mm-hmm. You can't turn it off on Xbox, but on PlayStation you can turn crossplay off. And for a lot of people that have heard on PlayStation, it helps a lot, helps a fucking lot and everything once you actually take that out. But yeah, hopefully things happen and stuff. Moving on to the last topic within this gaming segment, that's actually also going to kind of segue us into your topics or section, is Xbox. So Xbox, in the court case that's going on right now between Epic and Apple, certain emails are actually being revealed and kind of being put out there and stuff. And one of the things that came out was with Phil Spencer and what's his name? Something Sweeney from Epic. Tim Sweeney. There we go, Tim Sweeney. And emails are going back and forth, and there was an email that I don't know if it was with him specifically or someone else, that the email came out and it suggested that Xbox is going to be dropping the cut profit that they make from app purchases or game purchases within the Xbox or Microsoft store. Many people have it. So Apple takes a 30% cut of anything you purchase within the App Store. Epic takes, they drop, or Steam I believe also takes 30, or I think Steam takes 33% of any game purchase from the Steam Store. Epic takes, I believe, is, let me see, I got this shit right here. There we go. That's a lot better. So Apple takes a 30% take from any app that you purchase within the App Store, or any game or anything that you purchase within it and stuff. So if you spend a fucking $1 on some in-game shit, whatever, they're taking 30 cents off the top. Fucking Epic takes 12%. They dropped theirs low because they needed to compete with Steam. So therefore, because they only take 12%, that now makes it more attractive for developers to drop their game on there. And also, I believe a few episodes ago, or 2 episodes ago, I believe it was, we talked about how Epic was actually losing money. Mm-hmm. They lost like 300 million or some shit, whatever, and it's because of the exclusive games that they're bringing over to the store And it's that's part of the thing. These companies or these developers want to drop their games now in Epic Game Store specifically for that reason. Because, they only lose 12% versus losing 30%, 33%, or fucking 15 over here and stuff. Well, Google, they used to take 30%, like off the top. But they just announced for the Google Play Store that they're only taking 15% off the top up till your first million that you make. So it's 15%, but then once you reach 1 million within profit, then they start to take 30% off of that. So you're 15 up to a mil, 30 after that. Well, Xbox apparently within the emails and documents that were released, leaked, whatever you want to call it, or revealed, they're going to be dropping it down to 12%. So what was once 30%, they're going to be dropping it down to 12%, which is basically, I believe, the same stake that Epic also cuts off too. So that was a lot to kind of put out there, a lot of percentages and numbers and stuff. But I do believe that this is actually a fucking move that's going to, one, it combats a lot of stuff that's going on within all these other companies. You have now Microsoft basically saying, yo, listen, we used to take 30, now we're taking 12. That makes them more competitive. Now, if you've been paying attention to anything that's going on within gaming, distribution, and paid services, you will know that these companies need to make their platform more attractive for everybody. It's the reason why Xbox Game Pass is getting all these games that are going on there. Developers are like, you know what, cool, we'll put it on there, and then, any in-game purchases, we're still making money off the top. So now, they're like, hey, listen, by the way, instead of just charging you 30%, we're going to drop it down to 12%, you keep it more. So now tell me, does that not now make third-party companies want to be like, you know what, let's release this game exclusively on the Xbox Store?
Yeah, and
like,
the funny thing is, Xbox is actually back in Epic in their lawsuit against Apple because, because one, they're taking 30%, nobody else in the market is taking that much, and it's not just gaming; it's all apps from the App Store in general. And it's crazy because it's crazy for a lot of reasons, but it's crazy because Apple is like, well, first Apple is kind of countersuing them now because Epic they went around long story short, they went around Apple's
API.
Thank you. Went around and they made their own. So they made it kind of free on the Apple Store, and then they made in-app purchases, and Apple couldn't tax or take the 30% like they wanted to for in-app purchases.
Didn't it take you to the web browser?
Yeah, it took it to Epic's specific web browser. Yeah. So and now they countersue this lawsuit stuff is crazy.
I know Apple don't play about that API at all.
And the crazy thing is, it's pretty much that like Epic, for the most part, found a loophole. But the loophole is such a gray area that it's almost like in the wrong. Like it's such in a gray area, especially when you're talking about in terms of like Apple.
Yeah.
Like, and Apple is pretty much it's like black and white.
And they've never played that game in terms of, so it's like, we don't do that. So for you to go around and do that, it's like, well, man,
they're trying to pull some sneaky shit. And Epic's whole thing is like, yo, listen, like, y'all are simply just working in the wrong. So, like, that's why I said, like, it's interesting that, like, one, Microsoft's backing fucking Epic, and it's also interesting that now their stores are both taking the same profit margin.
Well, Microsoft kind of has to not back them, but they need this percentage to dip because they don't really make money off the consoles. They make,
at all.
They
actually lose money on it.
They lose money on consoles. They make all their money off gaming and subscriptions and stuff like that. So they need that 30% to be cut. So it's like scratch your back situation.
Exactly. And I think it's also interesting simply because, like, to them it's like, listen, we don't want to be the biggest market on PC for people to buy games from, but we do want to increase our user
market
base.
share.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like, listen, because Steam is just like the end all be all. Like, everybody knows you go to Steam. Yeah. But if you know about Epic Games and everything, you go to the Epic Game Store and stuff, and it's the same shit. And sometimes you even get better deals on, like, cheaper older games and shit like that. And also the monthly games you get on the Epic Game Store is actually better than Steam. So, like, you got all this shit going on. So for one Xbox to do that, I do feel as though, like, Xbox/Microsoft, it's one, them making a move to help increase PC stuff, but it's also them basically making themselves look better to all these developers out here. Hey, listen, you guys signed on PC to bring fucking Doom exclusively to Epic Game Store for like the first like 6 months or some bullshit like that and everything. Well, guess what? we have Xbox Game Pass on PC and on console and stuff like that. Make that deal with us and stuff like that. And on top of that, not only do you get to join Game Pass and have this automatically distributed to all the people who are subscribed, but you also you get a higher percentage. So it's a smart move.
It's definitely
and stuff. But you know, like you said, for this Epic versus Apple thing, a lot of things are being revealed.
Oh, yeah.
Like on top of that, like you know, like I said, we touched on Sony and stuff, and that's another interesting that happened. They said like, yo, listen, with Sony, you know, they're charging us in order just to
crossplay.
For crossplay on
so disrespectful.
Everybody else, not just Fortnite, every game.
Yeah, every game
the only
just for
platform
crossplay
that charges people.
It's offensive, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like
so. Yeah. So saying that, like, let's continue though with the Apple and fucking what you call it, Apple and Epic.
I think we hit it. We got it because it's like I honestly want Epic to win, but I honestly don't think they will just because it's Apple. You know,
their
don't bet against
different.
Apple. Yeah, it's like betting against Amazon or Google. Yeah.
Good luck.
You could try it, but
the thing is, like, Google has lost cases before,
but
and so has Amazon. But I feel like for this case, it's really hard because like you're actually now challenging one of the especially here in America. It's like the App Store or the Apple's like App Store and stuff. Like it's like the biggest thing here because Apple holds the majority of users here in the U.S. But no, now you're getting into stuff that it's like, yo, listen, like, you pretty much, these are our rules, and you kind of went around it.
I think that's why they're probably not going to win because they tried to circumvent the rules and do it their own way, and now they try to sue them afterwards.
Yeah, and I feel like, but also where Epic's also thing is that they tried to block the engine that Epic uses and stuff. So they tried actually to block the engine, not even just the game. Mm-hmm. They wanted to block the engine so that no one can use it. And the issue is that now takes a lot of games that are not even connected to Epic Games off the market. And so that's one of Epic's also comebacks as well. It's like, yo, listen, these are like fucking innocent people that you're going to now destroy their livelihood and everything because of this and shit. And Apple's like, yo, you fucking did this to yourself. But now it gets into the whole legality of like, yo, listen, we understand that the app purchases are supposed to be made through the app, but if you're going to purchase something outside of the app and everything, you're now on the web browser.
Yeah.
So now it goes into like, what's the legality of actually jumping to the web browser to purchase something?
Yeah. That's great. That's real great.
That's real great.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
I don't know, man.
All right, we'll keep going with the world news wrap topics. Speaking of Apple and Microsoft and all these tech companies, Bill Gates and Melinda are getting divorced. Apparently, this has been in the works since 2019.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
COVID really pushed that shit back.
Melinda says their marriage is irreparably broken. There's claims that one of the major reasons is because of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein when it came out.
Heard that.
Yeah, there's claims that Melinda couldn't get past that.
Wait, what were the claims?
That he just
he was around
Epstein. He stayed.
He slid past that island
and everything. He might have stayed overnight a few times, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, he's not the only high profile.
Yeah.
Person that there are claims about who's still
a lot of
around.
people they're still doing TV shows. They got ankle monitors on, if you know what I mean. Okay.
So I mean, but the crazy thing is, well, I mean, the whole divorce is crazy. The Epstein situation is crazy. It was no prenup though. Coming from Bill Gates, who was already the richest man in the U.S.
63 billion, I believe.
Now he's at 63 billion, but at the time he was still the richest man in the U.S. He was already worth $9 billion.
And he was only like in his fucking 20s or some shit?
Like, he might have been in his 30s.
I think he was in his 30s.
He might have been in his 30s.
I thought he was like 27 or some shit. Oh, okay.
And just being him, like who he is, I'm just surprised it wasn't a prenup.
Yeah.
Not even just the money thing, just personality. I don't know.
Well, then again, I mean, like, even if you do like read and like watch like videos about like how it was. Well, first off, you can only really read much about him. You're not going to find many videos just talking about his past.
Never.
Like, yo, I've tried. There's like one old ass fucking documentary, like old ass, And that right there is what like literally the difference between like being rich and being wealthy. Like when you're wealthy, bro, you're not finding shit about this person. Like you're just
delete.
Yeah, it's like motherfucker, you reading this on Windows, highlight backspace,
right?
Like, oh, but like yeah, like like when you hear about it, so the one documentary I was able to watch, it talked about when he met Melinda, and pretty much they said like, yo, this motherfucker was head over heels. Like he was damn near fucking like he was in love and everything because also he was able to hold actual intellectual conversations with her. And for someone that's a
deal
for someone that's a mind like his, to be able to speak to someone and not get bored, bro, that's different. Like that holds a lot more weight than just someone just simply being attractive or someone just being a nice soul.
I feel that
and everything. But no, not having a prenup,
crazy. It's crazy. He already released, sold, transferred. I don't know. He already transferred 1.8 billion in stocks to Melinda the day after she filed for divorce, or the day of, the day after, or the day of, one of them.
Man, that's fucking charity right there.
What
is it? What you said? 1.8.
1.8 billion.
That's charity for his ass and everything. Like, and it's sad too, cause something like that, like, and especially if it's within stocks, like again, like when you just like find out about all the things he did and how he was and the type of business person he was, it's kind of interesting to even see that this relationship even gotten this far.
That's what I'm
only because he's a person that's constantly like, he's about numbers. He's about the outcome of things and stuff like that, the probability of stuff and everything. So for a person to be in a relationship for that long and that's the mindset you have is actually interesting. That's a milestone of its own. Like someone that's constantly just thinking about probabilities and like the outcome of stuff, I can only imagine that that's not an easy relationship to even be part of. Yeah, especially let alone for him, because to him it's like, nah, this is probably not gonna work out and everything. Stuff. Like I could probably do this all better if I was just on my own and everything. Yeah. So but shit, man, like for that to break out, I was like, yeah, I don't know, man.
It's looking real fishy.
Yeah, because I feel like, listen, man, like. What's worse than having like a guy that like like he has all the money to do whatever he wants to do. Like this motherfucker was like, yo, like we're gonna cure cancer. And we're like, yeah, nah. The probability of doing that is actually just too low. Like, what's good?
Let's cure.
Like, yo, yeah, it's like, yeah, let's get these mosquitoes out. Let's go buy a bunch of nets and catch these mosquitoes and shit like that. And stuff. And it's like, you know what? The probability of actually us fixing this is higher. And that's what I'm saying, like, yo, like, for a relationship like that to last this long, I'm like, bro, you can tell that pretty much your business was really holding them together. Yeah. Like, the philanthropy, like...
They were still based in Africa.
They said they're going to still be working together in their foundation.
They said I read that shit on Twitter. I was like, wait a minute, you posted on Twitter? What the fuck's going on here, Bill? But, yeah, I don't know, man, that shit.
It's wild. It's wild. All right, our next two topics are coming back. Well, not coming back home this song, but are going to be affecting your pockets soon. So COVID has been, around, affecting supply chains throughout the world.
Catch up.
Yeah, now we got a teleprompter now. We upgraded. So he reading out the teleprompter, but no, it's going to be affecting stuff in your daily lives that you're going to see soon. So metal, ketchup, like he said, microchips, chicken, lumber, chlorine. So it might not be as
lumber's already happening.
Yeah.
Wood is expensive right now.
Expensive
and you know it's funny because lumber actually went up. And the next best thing to go do is to start purchasing metal, and metal literally went up because lumber went up.
Because lumber went up. Chlorine is going up because a huge chemical fire in Louisiana, the plant that makes chlorine. Apparently, I don't know who makes chlorine. But it was on fire last August. Well, this past August. Yeah, last August.
Jesus Christ.
Last August. Chicken, it's hilarious because you know how you see all the chicken sandwich wars. It's really driving the price up.
Yeah,
the chicken sandwich wars is really driving the price up. And
I saw a video of a farmer talking about something like, yeah, it's unsustainable.
It's unsustainable. Like what?
Meanwhile, all you hear, you gonna kill that motherfucker over there.
It's crazy. And then also gas, and gas is a double whammy. Yeah. So they don't have truck tankers or tanker truck drivers. And then also one of the biggest fuel pipelines in the U.S. got shut down.
Yeah,
Today?
Why?
Earlier today?
Why?
From a ransomware attack.
Yeah.
A what?
Ransomware. So basically, a ransomware attack is there's somebody.
Was
I don't
today?
know how.
Today or Saturday?
It was today. It was like today or yesterday.
Yeah, something like that.
Somebody they take control of your computer or device or whatever, and they can hold it until you pay the ransom.
Oh.
So it's a ransomware attack. The FBI saying it's a
Kanye
group.
song.
Yeah. It's a group from Russia called the Dark Side. That's what the FBI is saying.
No way.
That's what they're saying. I don't know if
The
it's
Dark
true.
Side from Russia. All right, man.
That's what they're saying. But this pipeline is huge because it transports, I think I want to say like 70% of the East Coast gas throughout the like on a yearly basis.
Wow.
So it's shut down now. Apparently it's partially operational, but it's not fully operational. They're hoping to get it fully operational within a week. They're not 100% sure.
Question. Now, are we speaking of gas or gasoline?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah.
So natural gas and gasoline. Wow.
Shit.
That's
And then
God,
gas
it's getting hotter.
and then and oil gas don't have the truck drivers to transport shit.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
it's just going to
so
be
that really means natural
this
gas,
summer.
oil, diesel.
This summer,
man.
gas is going to be
ethanol, propane. Okay.
Yeah.
We getting close to the $3 mark already.
It's up there.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be maybe 4 or 5 somewhere this summer.
That's
Wow.
wild.
So it's stuff happening.
That's what I saw on Twitter and everything. Someone was like, "Yo, next time I go to they said next time gas dip down to $2." He was like, "I'm gonna go fill it up and put it in the freezer."
You say that shit for later.
Yeah, I saw that
She
shit.
saw that. Yo, that's
Don't
what
do
she
that,
did.
guys. Don't do that.
Don't. Yeah, for the love
If your
of
house
God.
blows up, it's your fault. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. But that's, I don't know how you feel about this crippling.
So one, as a driver, like that fucking sucks.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, like it's gas is gonna suck. But the reason why I did ask and everything when you had talked about like the pipeline and stuff like that is because like for you to be in control of so much, like you said what 70 something? Like,
It was I think between 65 and 75% of.
that's damn near a fucking monopoly.
The whole
Just the
East
gas
Coast.
itself. Yeah,
Yeah.
like bro, like you pretty much fucked up like almost everything. Now, granted, that probably gets distributed to smaller ones.
Yeah,
that
somebody
then,
will pick
yeah,
it
and
up,
then it's
but-
distributed to other stuff, you know, individual homes and everything. But that's a fucking lot,
That's going to
bro.
put a crunch on us.
Yeah.
And the people working for sure.
Fuck, man, damn. Yeah, no, prices are gonna get driven up, man. And it's funny because literally we were just talking about how prices on certain things were gonna go up because of when the ship had got
Yeah.
stuck in it, and we are like, damn, that's gonna go up. Then it got unstuck. I'm like, okay, it's gonna go up, but not for long because you know shit kind of got cool and everything. We're just gonna be backed up a little until things get straightened out. But now this is happening, and it's like, yo, where we don't get fucked one way, we're gonna
We're
fuck
gonna
the
fuck
other.
the other.
Like, it's like, god
It's crazy.
damn, damn,
It's
man,
wild out here.
fuck.
Yeah.
That's hard, bro.
That's
Extremely fucking hard.
it's gonna be a lot. All right, last two. Just so you know, I don't know if y'all remember episode 6 or 7. We talked about a Chinese aircraft. It wasn't a ship. It was part of a rocket ship that was in the
Oh
orbit
yeah,
that
the
was coming
garbage.
back. Yeah.
It's,
It came back, landed in the Indian Ocean, but before it got there, it kind of burnt out before it got there, so it was fine. But people not happy about it, but who cares? Nobody got hurt. Second thing, J. Cole signed into an African team, a basketball team in Africa.
Yep.
Shout out J. Cole. I just want to say that.
Album drops this Friday. Let's go.
Album does drop Friday, yeah.
Did you watch the documentary?
I didn't. I will.
I'm gonna watch that.
Somebody said about the Chinese junk from space. They said we got a whole space force and random shit is still falling from the sky. Like, what are they doing up there? I was like,
got a
oh,
goddamn
man.
Rubik's Cube up there just playing around.
Right.
Like, shit.
I really would like to know though what is the space force for?
Right.
Bill Gates and all those nets. to
Well,
go
I mean,
up there
I
so
guess
can't just-
if they had to they had to release the UFO stuff if they were gonna let a space force actually
Well, they
get that.
did kind of release. They said, do you remember that earlier this year?
They're still releasing stuff.
Yeah.
Wait. Would World of Warcraft go in the top series of all time?
Wow.
I came back
Well,
at
then
the
if
end
you
with
say
it.
that, then you have to say League.
Well, I don't think so. Only because World of Warcraft is kind of like the one that like
The originator, sort of.
Not even just that, but they also gave us our first meme of all time. The one is like Leroy Jenkins. That came real like
the first meme of all time.
Like literally, that was the first fucking meme. Yeah. So I was like, yo, would that actually go? Because World of Warcraft is iconic on so many levels and everything, and like so many games kind of what you call it? They stylized all their stuff off of how they do it, the interface, the user interface, and everything and stuff like that, including the user experience. A lot of it's based off of that.
That's a hard one.
Because I was trying to pick out games.
Let me ask you this: is it a bigger board game than it is?
It's not a board game; it's a computer game.
What am I thinking of? That's a board game that's like that.
You're thinking of Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm thinking of Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons, yo. If we're talking about media as a whole, that's how
that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah,
because we're gonna talk about that. Then
because then we're gonna start arguing about like you got Pokemon cards, you got Magic cards, you got Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then that's gonna get into a whole nother fucking.
Well, I mean, we top it out of chess.
I mean, chess.
It wins. It wins everything.
Chess wins. Yeah. Unless you want to throw in Mangala, that's my shit.
Yeah, I would say it's chess or Mangala.
Yeah.
You do have to do the history in terms of what is actually older. You know, but
and that's kind of my thing, like. Because, and that's why it's interesting when you have to Halo. I don't really like to change one thing. But like, you literally said, like, yo, we probably gonna figure out the end. And then literally Warcraft just came into my head. I'm like, yo, World of Warcraft.
That's a good argument. Yeah. That's a good argument.
It might.
Because I started thinking about RuneScape, but I'm like, yeah, but RuneScape was for a specific audience. But World of Warcraft literally made motherfuckers, RuneScape made people addicted to their PCs too. But World of Warcraft is like, yo, it got thrown in fucking South Park. It got thrown in like all this other shit. Like, it's like, it became bigger than just its name. And like when you hear like WoW and everything, you know that WoW was World of Warcraft.
Right.
So I started thinking, I'm like, God damn, bro. Like,
could you put
and the conventions for that shit?
Yeah,
it's a lot of like.
Yeah, bro, that shit's huge, man.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can think of is probably like a fucking Street Fighter.
I was going to say something stupid. I was about to say pinball or solitaire.
I mean,
well, if you're talking about like that, then Pong.
Pinball technically is a
video game, right?
So, so you could technically, and
that was
it
that
basically,
computer shit.
and it was in every computer free.
Yeah.
I'm saying from Windows. What was the one before XP? Probably all the way up until before Windows 10. Pinball was in there. So it was in millions of homes. Yeah. People played this shit. But then if you say that, you gotta argue Minesweeper.
Yeah.
And then Minesweeper, even though people might have hated the game.
I hated that shit.
It doesn't, but you still played that shit.
I wanted to kill somebody in that game.
I never understood it, bro. I just said click.
That's the whole point. You just click till you die.
You know, but at the same time, you played it. Even if you hated it, you're like, all right, listen, we're gonna try this again.
I'm over here trying to find fucking lists and everything.
Right. So I'm gonna justify our finding.
I think we got a solid 4.
Yeah, and I feel like after that, it's gonna stay in the debate.
Yeah, it's gonna be a debate after that.
Yeah.
You know, Pokemon and Mario are just kind of
because I do feel as though like for certain games, like if you gotta pick certain games from specific genres, I feel like that might make it a little bit more easier because then you're competing within just games within your genre.
Yeah, I agree.
But like I mean, when he threw in Halo in there, I'm like, yo, like Halo was just a cultural impact at its time.
Yep, it changed shit.
Yeah, like but has it dwindled away? Yes, but I feel like just the impact that it once had. But I feel like all the other game series, they haven't dwindled. Like nothing the light has not dimmered, not whatsoever.
Yeah, that's the only thing though with Halo. Yeah. If it was still going, if they were still making new Halos, it probably would be up there.
Yeah.
What's the new one? This supposed to come out this year, Halo Infinite.
I feel like I hear that every year.
Yeah. Well, no, it got pushed back last year due to COVID.
Yeah.
But nah. Yeah.
So let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
If they come out, it looks like something crazy.
Yeah. Top 5.
Nick Merckx had talked about it. He's like, yo, listen. He's like, yo, Halo, they're kind of fucking up because all they gotta do is release a battle royale. I mean, for the team deathmatch, it's almost a fucking battle royale.
Imagine the swords.
Yeah. Fucking warhead.
Flying around in the
jumping
fucking...
around.
Bro. Final fucking circle is like a hammer versus a fucking launcher. Like, what's going to happen? It's like, yeah. Yeah, man.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. It could work, bro.
They released a battle royale.
They literally have the vehicles.
Exactly.
They have the weapons.
They already have the different types of vehicles.
They just got to make the map. Just make them map.
And you know what's the best part about it too? It doesn't have to be 100% lobby. you could literally just make it a fucking 40-person lobby.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's literally a fucking
war
zone,
4 or
just a
5
team
maps.
Yeah.
Yes,
with
exactly.
Like 40, 50 people.
And it's Halo, so you could jump high as hell, so it's gonna be okay. Like if you got a fucking big open map with not much in it.
Yeah.
So grab a goddamn tank and go kill him. Like,
for real though.
Damn, bro.
Damn, you might
they got it.
Yeah, them or something, Paul. You just came up with it.
Now, and the crazy thing is too, like literally, like if they were to do that,
it's over.
Like, it might act. Well, one, it's gonna give Halo it's gonna extend the longevity that it's had, but I think it's also going to put its name onto another map because any new Battle Royale streamers automatically run to.
Exactly.
So, and also, like I said, Nick Merckx, he had talked about, like, what if they kind of missed the mark of not doing a Battle Royale. Nick Merckx literally used to compete professionally in Halo. So, can you imagine a Nick Merckx being like, hey, yo, I'm on Halo tonight and everything and stuff. The game Sea of Thieves was doing alright, but when the Bull Summit from Twitch, when Summit had jumped on that and people saw it, you know how that shit blew the fuck up? All it takes is one big streamer to have a match that remotely looks fun.
Game patches so quickly nowadays.
Yeah.
Because of streamers. Yeah. They say, oh, the meta's broken for whatever game. Yeah. And it's within 2-3 weeks now, there's like, oh yeah, major update alert.
I wonder if the developers just be watching, like, they have like maybe specific.
I guarantee their marketing department or their public relations department is just watch. All they do is just watch YouTube or Twitch.
Yeah, that's right.
I know they do, man. Because the girl that plays Mara in Warzone, the actress, she got somebody banned live and everything, or I think pretty much it was either live or like the very next day because she was streaming and I think she was in a competition and this girl and the guy that those two were playing with and everything. They were cheating, and she literally she was spectating them and everything, and she was like, "Really, this is the fuck y'all gonna let happen?" And she was pissed off and shit like that. And literally, news articles written about her because she got these people caught. Oh, let's fucking go!
She's a character in the game, like
yep, it's fucking Mara. But anyway, next week we'll see if we make the argument for World of Warcraft. Cause that shit got me thinking now, man. Yeah. But now cause my thing is
you just messed me up with Halo BR.
Yeah, that. I want that now.
Halo Battle.
I want that now.
Because think about it, all the Halo multiplayers where you could get all the different suits and everything and shit like that. Could you imagine now if you now have to work towards that suit in the Battle Royale? If they did it, they gotta do a
kind
battle
of an
pass.
Apex one.
They're going to have to do a battle pass. Yeah. Now imagine if they're going to have some stuff behind the paywall. Obviously, here's a cool little fight, and it is what it is. That's cool. Yeah. But have the best, like the the ninja one. And everything had that the very last thing at the end of the fucking battle pass. Right. And then every fucking season have one of the most iconic ones that are at the end of the battle pass. Yeah. And then, or the very first battle pass, you could be like, yo, listen, the very first ever Master Chief from Halo 1, that's the fucking end battle pass one.
Because then you're going to be salty if you get into the game later than that. And you see people
with that junk.
And you'll be like, damn,
I can't even buy it. I can't even get it.
No, it's not possible. You can't get it. You can't get it gifted to you, nothing. You're salty.
And the thing is, Phil Spencer from Microsoft has said that he really wants to get that kind of one game that is kind of like a rated E for everyone that everyone can touch and play. And the thing is that when you do a Halo, although it might be a little bit more on the teen or mature side for its rating and stuff like that,
it's still closer.
Because it's yes, some guns are actual bullets and everything, but it does you're killing aliens. So
it's on the fantasy rating, level. So
the rating is like it'll fluctuate, and if it's fucking Battle Royale,
they love it. So
So saying that, I guess if you want, we can also kind of throw a little monkey intervention and everything next week if we want to talk about the best of series and everything. I guess instead of talking about the best franchises, I guess you could talk about like the best titles of games, like whether it be a trilogy or just 2 games and everything.
No solos.
If you want, yeah. Oh, right. Like the best like titles and everything of all time. Because I feel like that would be a little bit more of a competitive thing and stuff like that.
A little bit more personal.
Yeah. Because like one of my favorite games is Mark Echo's Getting Up. It's a game that's all about graffiti and shit like that. That was one of my favorite games. Like
Mark Echo.
From Echo Unlimited.
I was about to say Echo Unlimited.
I had to think about it when you said.
I'm like, not Echo Unlimited.
I was like, Echo Unlimited.
Yeah.
The Rhino.
Yeah. Because he
used to do clowned.
He used
to do
graffiti as well and everything.
Yeah. It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was.
Rocky Echo.
Yeah, but that game, Getting Up, was amazing. That game was fucking.
That's
awesome.
crazy. I didn't even know there was a game.
Oh, bro, look up the game Getting Up. They literally had like legit graffiti legends in that game. Like I'm talking about, they rendered them and all and shit like that. They're in the game, fucking spray paint.
That's insane.
It's fucking, bro. It was a beautiful. It came out on an original Xbox and a PS2. Fucking beautiful game. That's one of my favorite games of all time. And Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes, sir.
One of my favorite games of all time. Which is funny enough, that's where we get the name of Knights of the Aqua Table. Does come from Knights of the Old Republic. Saying that, do we have any closing statements?
No, we good to go. I'll see y'all next week.
Yeah. See y'all next week and everything. I will be here. Zay will be here. Leek will be here. Other people, I guess we'll see if they'll be here with us. But y'all have yourselves a good night and stuff. So let's bring this to an end. Where can they find you at?
You can find me on this couch.
Oh boy.
Couch, let's go. Zay, where can they find you at?
Instagram at yes_Yahoo. Yes_A_Yahoo. And Twitter 3 Eyes No Lie. Yeah.
Alrighty. And you can find me at Inhuman Line on all your social platforms. And yeah, that's all. We're saying that. We'll bring this to an end. Y'all have yourselves a good night. Be safe. Catch y'all next week.